The great buildings of the past, monuments to their era. Crafted by our ancestors, a dedication of their skills. A commitment to the highest standards of quality. Their workmanship withstands the test of time. Craftsmen, representing their professional guilds, left their mark, their personal signature, a symbol of quality workmanship. The tradition has continued throughout history. The blacksmith, to the carpenter, the artist, and the stonemason, workers everywhere who adhere to the highest professional standards of quality still leave their mark.
You might think in this day and age, it would be difficult to think of yourself as a true craftsman. Yet, if you look around, we are working on projects of incredible complexity and beauty, many of which might boggle the minds of our ancestors. A true craftsman in my eyes is somebody who to some degree is a perfectionist. He or she knows that they've done the best that they could possibly do at their job. I don't care what your job is. A true craftsman is somebody who puts their whole heart and soul into their work.
I want to leave a legacy. That's why I love the idea of leaving your mark. That's exactly what we want to do on every job. I want our clients to say Shield Sexton knocked it out of the park and we'd hire them again. That's what leave your mark means to me.
Our predecessors would be in awe of many of the structures we are building today, but it takes a tremendous amount of people all working together to build them. Whether you are a laborer or craftsperson, project manager, accountant, or assistant, it is the sum of our individual efforts that makes what we do every day possible. Today, individuals like you, working together as a team, have incredible opportunities to leave your mark for generations to come.
Every job requires tools. The quality program here at Shield Sexton is our tool. It makes us better by helping us share information, protect the clients, and work together as a team.
The right tool for the right job. Checklist, processes, and planning are the tools the customer deserves. It's the right thing to do for the customer.
Our customers also deserve a company that communicates and understands all of their needs. Communication with accounting, safety, insurance, legal, and human resources ensures that we deliver and meet all of our clients' needs. In short, quality is the single most important tool to the success and longevity of Shield Sexton.
The process of building can be a thing of beauty. Individuals with separate skills come together as a team to make it happen. Each individual must do their job consistently and accurately.
Building a modern building is incredibly difficult, involving extremely complicated processes. There is a high level of expectation from everyone involved, and we manage every component down to the smallest item to perfection.
If everyone knows their job and understands how it fits into the entire program, great things get done. This is an illustration of the life cycle of a construction project. There are 9 phases we use at Shield Sexton. Each phase has a predictable, repeatable pattern that the rest of the team can depend on. Each phase also has a program, template, or process to facilitate that predictability. A project starts with a sales opportunity.
Opportunities can present themselves anywhere and anytime to any Shield Sexton employee. Any one person or group of people leaving their mark can create a new cycle. Following opportunity are procurement, negotiation and contract award, pre-construction and buyout, project startup, construction, whether through self-performance or hired subcontractors, closeout, where we wrap construction before it's handed over to the client, warranty, which may last for 1 or 2 years, and the final phase of construction is maintenance of the building. If we did a quality job through the entire process, it may open up new opportunities.
No one phase of this cycle has greater significance over the other. Every point in the cycle is expected by our clients.
Everybody needs to work for the customer, but who are your customers? Every time you interact with another person at Shield Sexton, you are either giving services or receiving them. Not only do we have external clients, but we also have internal clients within our company that we need to serve. In the end, it's also important to understand that we are all working towards the same goal. Here's an example. Our insurance department calls you asking for insurance documents. 3 calls later, you still haven't responded because you're working for the external client, the same external client that is asking our insurance department for those documents. In the end, that client may withhold payment for our inability to deliver on their request. Helping each other means helping the client.
We accomplish great things by cooperating and working as a team through every phase.
Now let's take a closer look at each of the steps of the project life cycle and find out how we bring processes and people together.
As we mentioned earlier, no matter what the project was, it started with an opportunity. But each opportunity can start in a different way. It can come through a bid list from a previous customer, or a new customer through word of mouth, or a tip from an employee. Maybe their church wants to build. In all our day-to-day meetings with other people, we all have an opportunity to leave a mark for Shield Sexton with potential clients. It comes down to basics: how the receptionist answers the phone call, how the manager delivers on client expectations. Our daily actions shape the perceptions of those we meet every day.
I try to impress on my team to notice people. We go out of our way to introduce ourselves to these people, let them know who we are and what we're doing. We try to keep a clean job site and let them know that we are here to please them.
No matter who has the first interaction with a client, they must make a good first impression. You must be polite and professional. Presenting ourselves as a quality company means presenting ourselves as quality people.
Phase 2 is the procurement phase. This is the time when an opportunity turns into a formal request for construction services. This is typically a competitive process and the time when we aggressively pursue a specific project. There are multiple ways a client can request construction services. Hard bid, proposal, and interviews are a few.
No matter the procurement method, consistency in bidding and proposal is paramount. Whether the bid is prepared at corporate headquarters or at one of our field offices, it is extremely important that everyone strictly follows the processes defined by the estimating and business development departments.
Now, here are some of the quality processes we rely on, and you will need to be familiar with them if you are involved during the procurement phase. At Shield Sexton, we all follow the same processes, regardless of which procurement method. When we all do it the same way, we create reliability and consistency in our work.
The next phase is contract award and negotiation.
At this phase, we fully explore the project. It is an exercise in understanding the client's expectations. The client is relying on Shield Sexton to not only understand the expectation, but align it with the reality of the building process. We do this by working together to define the scope, the contract, and then documenting the complete process. Client satisfaction is extremely important, and this phase helps to ensure that the specifications communicate their expectations.
In our pursuit to understand expectations, we need to break quality into two types. There is actual quality that is quantifiable, and there's perceived quality that's based on emotions.
Actual quality can be measured. Examples are, does it adhere to plans and specifications? Did we file the right paperwork, pour the right concrete mix, or space the bolts properly? In other words, did we deliver the building as specified? Perceived quality is based on the client's expectations, experiences, and beliefs.
What happens if we deliver a building to specifications, but the client's expectations are not met? The quality program serves as our bridge between client expectation and the finished product.
The pre-construction buyout phase is where we perform project planning and budgeting prior to any work starting in the field. Three primary things we establish in the process are a final set of documents, a budget, and a preliminary schedule. Any one of these items has the ability to affect the quality of our projects.
It is an expectation that the project team will know the contract, fully review the drawings for constructability, and create a schedule that maximizes our ability to deliver the highest level of quality. It's amazing how just a little bit of inconsistency in this phase can greatly affect the entire project. As managers, this is our greatest opportunity to set the project up for success. That is why we created a consistent way using standard templates for schedule, budgeting, buyout, and cost reduction ideas. These tools increase accuracy and consistency and can be found on SS Connect.
Project startup involves the coordination of all the teams that will be working on the project.
During this phase, we create the logistics plan, initialize the accounting system, write our safety plan, write our job-specific quality plan, we finalize the project schedule, and clarify the formal methods of project communication. Uniformity in the way these are created, reviewed, and presented is quality. The tool we use to package all this information is standardized and called a project startup meeting. The template for this meeting can be found on SS Connect. Everything we build is unique. It's custom. So proper startup is the only way to establish consistency. When we properly set up our management systems, we get a consistent, quality product.
A crucial part of this management system is Shield Sexton's cost control software. Everyone uses it in some way. Accounting uses it to assign cost codes. Insurance uses it to track coverage. The safety department uses it to manage training. Project managers use it to track documents as well as payments to subcontractors and payments from clients.
It enables all of these teams to be on the same page, to have systems to manage risk and to speak the Shield Sexton language. It's our job to manage risk. Just winging it introduces risk, and here at Shield Sexton, we don't wing it.
All this pre-planning brings us to the construction phase. 16 divisions of construction working in harmony, all phases scheduled and sequenced, materials, people, and equipment, all focused on the expectations of the client.
The quality program has many applications during the construction phase. We use it to put contractors on the right course, to monitor work, check for superior installation, and correct any deviations from plans and specifications. We rely on the following quality processes to make this happen. We have pre-construction meetings, review subcontractors' job-specific quality plans, perform subcontractor progress meetings, and have regularly scheduled owner-architect meetings. The construction phase is also where the field forces play the most significant role in the quality program.
Regardless of what your job is in the field, we all have a responsibility to the client and to our craft. Before undertaking any task, I make sure that I have the right tools and that I'm familiar with them and the products I'm about to use. If I haven't used these items, I know that I can ask a superintendent or another craftsperson to show me. I check all of my materials for defects and let someone know if anything is substandard. I keep my area clean and I build everything as if I were building it for myself. Each of us knows when we stand back and look at our day's work if we did our best. I know that that I won't leave until I've made my mark and made it right.
Before we go on, we talked about expectations in an earlier phase, but it's important to revisit the significance of expectations and identify them as fluid. The owner-architect-contractor progress meetings are our opportunity to keep the projects aligned with the owner's changing expectations. As a project progresses through the construction phase, our program has many tools to assist us through the process. Here are a few of the documents that can be found on SS Connect to help us through this phase of the project.
Closeout is the final step of construction. In this process, we review everything to identify the variation between expectations and reality.
Before we go any further, we need to take a moment and discuss a key concept of quality. Quality can be defined as the process of eliminating variation. This entire program hinges on our ability to identify variation or an issue and then put plans into action to make ourselves better. Every time we identify deviation or an issue, we are learning something that will make Shield Sexton a faster, stronger, smarter organization.
Every project uses the same closeout process. Here are a few of the closeout processes that can be found on SS Connect.
Punch list, O&M manuals, closeout meeting template, lessons learned.
We complete a review of the project, subs, staff, budget, and schedule. We want to see if we did what we set out to do. We essentially compare the completed project against the plan we created at startup. Then we write a section detailing our lessons learned. The idea is to study what worked and what did not to make the next project even better. We also walk with the client before they actually occupy the building. As we all know, the job is not done until the punch list is done. Because you've been focused on quality and client expectation, if there are key issues, they will be easily addressed.
At this point, the client will be excited and anxious to take possession of their new building. As much as we want to have a zero punch list, our focus is on the client's level of satisfaction and delivering the building to plans and specifications.
In the warranty phase, Shield Sexton will follow up with either a 1- or 2-year guarantee for the quality of the building.
The previous phases obviously have a huge impact on the warranty process. If everything is done 100% right, you would never have to go back and fix anything. But that's not always possible, because there can be an occasional materials, workmanship, or building component issues. How we respond to these issues is a reflection of our organization. Across the board, we want to be consistent with how we deal with warranty items, and above everything else, responsiveness is the key to a satisfied client.
After the warranty period expires, it is not uncommon for the Shield Sexton Service Team, or S3, to be hired for ongoing maintenance of a building.
When the S3 team is hired by a client for periodic repairs or regular maintenance, we continue with Shield Sexton's commitment to the client and quality. We extend Shield Sexton's cycle, and as a result, we extend the possibility for future opportunity. Rest assured, S3 will carry the quality torch until you return with a new quality cycle.
The cycle has come full circle. Our quality program opens the doors for more opportunities, and that means more jobs for Shield Sexton and you. The quality plan is simple. Customer satisfaction through cooperation, using corporate processes, creates consistency and allows you to make your mark.
Just like our ancestors, we all have incredible opportunities before us to leave behind a legacy. Those legacies are built one day, one person, and one relationship at a time. It's not just the buildings we build, it's how we build them together. I invite you to join me in making a personal commitment to make quality our promise. Quality starts with me, and I am willing to do what it takes so we, as a company, as a team, can leave a lasting mark in our community. The Shield Sexton mark of quality.
To me, it's all about caring. I look at each project as my baby, as if it were my house we were building. Quality processes help me be thorough and consistent. They make sure I don't forget anything.
On every project, I have to prove that I can deliver to the quality level that our clients are expecting. And I want to exceed that expectation every time.
I like to hear a customer say, "You did a great job. We'd like to have you back." That is very satisfying. The only way you're going to get that is if you hit the quality mark and consistently meet the expectations of your customers.
This is my hometown. It's where I grew up. This is where my family lives, and it gives me great pride to drive by one of our buildings and say, "Hey, we built that."
I've been doing this close to 20 years, and I still love to drive my wife and kids to a location and show them what we've built. Later, I'll hear my kids say, "Hey, my dad built that." That's leaving your mark. Whether you're a carpenter, a laborer, or an office worker, it really doesn't matter. Together, we built that.